All right. Good evening, everybody. We're back for another socially distant interview with the best of the best. So we're here with Stephanie Wilson. Stephanie, I'm assuming most of the kids know you. If not, they should, because we love you so much. And we wanted, to have you because of how much you mean to us, and especially the high school group. A lot of them may not know. You got history with the high school group. So for those who don't know you, would you mind introducing yourself as well as your connection to Bethany, the high school group, and maybe just how long you've been going here?
Sure. I helped with the high school group from 2014 to 2018. And they were some of the best years of my life. I love high school ministry. I was doing preschool before this, and some of the younger kids, and I love those kids, but it just was not my calling. And when I first joined high school ministry leadership, I felt kind of really depleted and just wanted to serve somewhere, and felt a calling to help out, because at the time there was only one high school sponsor, and every night I would go in kind of just depleted and exhausted, but come out like really refreshed, which was something pretty new to me. Just being filled up with the students and the serving the kids and just interacting with them. And I still kind of felt like a kid myself. I was probably 10 years older than them, but I still could really relate to where they were at. And it was just a trip to meet each week. At the time when I started, it was with around the time when I started, it was with Tyler Knight, and it was just wild to me that we were the ones leading the group. We had so much fun. It never felt like work. And I love spending, every moment of my time with the students, learning with them, growing with them, and just encouraging them. It was great. And as far as my time with Bethany Church, I am a pastor's kid, and my dad's been pastor as long as I feel like I've been alive, but for about 30 years. I'm just maybe a couple years older than that. I don't know. And so I've been going there my whole life. Just serving in different capacities. High school was such a great time for me, and especially in the youth group with my leaders. They really poured so much into me individually, and I felt like I came from a good family and was brought up well, but it really just made a difference to pour back in, to have someone pour into me. And so I wanted to give that back too. And I felt like I was able to do that. I still miss all the kids, it's not the same. And of course my leadership team was just wonderful. I got to serve alongside so many great, leaders, two of which I'm looking at right now, and just really blessed by them. I mean, Billy was one of my first students. I think you were a sophomore when I started. Maybe going freshman.
I think so. I don't remember high school as much. I didn't attend often in high school. I don't remember.
Yeah, so he was probably a sophomore, which was your first year with Tyler. And then the next year when Jessica came on, I joined. Mm-hmm. And he was,
and I did.
I must have been he must have been done with high school. And then that's when I met him at
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
At that time.
Yeah. Because I started going to the college group at CCV.
Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, hey, you're from Bethany, huh? Mm-hmm. I'd be walking to West Campus, and the man on the corner who took photos of kids.
That's weird.
Yeah, well, it was, but then you get talking to him. He takes pictures and he prints them and he lays them out in photo books. And if students come by and see their picture, if students come by, he's rest in peace. He is gone with the Lord now, but he would leave these photos out and the students were free to take them as they please. He was given, he was capturing moments, right? It was in the context of what APU was. There's a lot of conversation, special moments, rush, right? The rushes between campuses, but just it was a unique time going from campus to campus, and he'd capture those photos, those friendships, and he just gave it back to them in tangible form. So a lot of kids, a lot of the students loved him. He was great. And so sad to see him go. His name was David. But yeah.
And he took a picture of you and Billy or something?
Yep, Billy and I. Was I riding a scooter? I think I was riding a scooter. Yeah, Billy was just starting at Citrus College.
Oh.
First year. And I think I was a sophomore.
Didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry. And sorry for
right.
the screaming babies in the background.
Well, cool, Stephanie.
No, I don't know if she was done because she was saying that she started like when I was like a sophomore.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah, as I was speaking, I was just realizing how I came to know you and the fact that you're leading the group now. I was working that out as I was speaking. So,
and for clarity, her father is Pastor Doug. You said you're a pastor's kid. You've been going here for a while.
I don't like to name drop,
yes.
Yeah.
That's where she gets her blonde hair from.
I don't see any. No.
Yeah, I know. I see your true colors.
She doesn't live here anymore.
For those who maybe know you, we'd like to know a little bit more about you. Could you share maybe what you do for work, maybe even some of your hobbies, and how has that changed during the pandemic?
Yeah, so I work for the University of Southern California. More specifically, it's a department called the Los Angeles Cancer Surveillance Program, where we collect all incident cancers in Los Angeles County and use it for research. I'm the quality control supervisor, which I just love. It's challenging to manage people, but I just love my team. I love the company that I work for, and my leadership now. Again, I feel like it's challenged me so much. It's really it works well with my skill set. It's very it requires kind of a type A person, and I can be, pretty pedantic, if that's the right word. I can be very thorough in my job. And that's applauded, and I've just been encouraged to succeed and invested in, and I'm just so grateful to work there. I've worked there for almost 11 years now in many different capacities, but I love what I do. And how that's changed, some things I like to do are, I really used to love going to concerts and shows and Disneyland, just to walk around, really just do nothing, just be there with my friends and being in that environment. That's changed a lot because it's closed, and there haven't been any shows for several months. Just trying to find ways to get out. I spend a lot more time with my parents now. I live with my friends, but I've been quarantining with my parents to take care of them. But it's funny because I actually got the virus separate from my parents. But I somehow was able to keep them safe. They didn't get it. And I recovered okay. So, it's changed a lot. I went to downtown Disney yesterday just to get my fill. All we did was walk around, and that's about it. But I think it's been kind of a refreshing time for me. I felt really kind of burnt out on going out and participating in things, and I just kind of needed some time to myself. Most of my life I've been an extrovert, and I still kind of have those tendencies, but I've been more introverted in like the past couple of years. So it's been really refreshing to be at home and just be around family a little bit more, and just like take some space for myself. And I'm still really busy with work, and so it's good, to be productive. It's good to have a reason to, wake up early in the morning and get things done, and to also contribute, with your family in some capacity. So things look completely different than they did. I never expected this quarantine to last longer than a month, but here we are. So I'm just trying to see all the positives that we have, in this time, what we can grow from, what we can learn from, and just kind of just pour into myself so I can, be ready to hit the ground running when things start, opening up and when we start seeing each other again. But yeah, it's hard to be without people. Definitely so distant.
And Stephanie, as someone who's known you for the entire time or near to that I've been at Bethany, you have been such an encouragement. I consider you as close to family as someone who does not share blood gets. And so for the youth and families watching, do you have any kind of encouragement you'd like to give or share with them?
Just be thinking about and meditating on how God can use you in this season. I know it's not how any of us expected, where we expected to be or necessarily what we want. I know we had so many plans. I just think of, all the graduates that didn't get to finish out their year, say goodbye to their friends, walk across the stage, go to grad night. And even now that we're in summer, go to the beach, as often as we might like to, or get out and just experience those relationships. But I know that God is still working in this time and he still wants to work in our hearts. And it is challenging, but I just encourage you to, focus on more what he has for you. Meditate more, pray more, read the word more. I know it's so hard when there's so many distractions, social media and so many things going on in the world that we really just need guidance more than ever, not necessarily to look to our friends for answers or for the right thing to do, but just stay focused on what he has for us and how he's working in all of these really challenging times, and just finding ways to help and support and encourage other people. I think if it's just one person that you can, invest in or just check in with, I think we're all going through a really hard time in different ways. And it's hard to see it when you're just looking at, what you're feeling and what you're experiencing. But just focus on maybe one person to check in with.
And Steph, who, building on that just a little bit, who have been some of the people you've been checking in with? Or who have checked in with you?
Yeah, a lot of people. I thought there was, I wanted to reach out to some of my friends, even that I don't see very often. And so I think in March and April, I just sent a lot of my friends just gifts from Sephora, just like little, like sample packs of things, just to let them know I was thinking about them and just wanted to encourage them, and just little things that I can think of. For my special roommates, I bought them dinner one night, I just wanted to do something for them, and it's, just offering, some kind of service, like I'm thinking about you, I want to serve you in some way, or just, let this be an encouragement. And and then whenever I talk to people, one-on-one, and hear how they're doing. I took my cousin out last night, and that was so good, just to get out, walk around, and just like hear how someone's doing. It's not the same for everybody, it's not the same for, all your friends or your family, but I think it's good just to check in when you can.
That's awesome. Yeah, I never got my makeup sample packs.
I wasn't sure what shade you were, if it was like your summer color or...
You didn't get one, Ray?
Like...
Oh. We'll talk when you come back. No. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I don't know, it's just funny how intertwined your whole family is. It's like, hey, Sydney, whom we interviewed so long ago, is your cousin, who is the middle daughter of Bruce, who we just interviewed. All right. Well, Steph, We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for joining us.
Love you guys too.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, and I'm praying for you students.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That is greatly appreciated. That concludes this segment, which is our interview.
Lit.
And that means that we are going to, I think we're going to have you speak this week, right?
What? Oh man, Stephernini, Stefferdoodle, whatever. I'm gonna stop trying to make
Start
up
over.
names.
Start over.
Nobody's ever
Really start over.
No, that was a
Stephernini,
joke.
like
Okay.
Lamborghini. Okay.
Also, we're in the same exact clothes in our last interview. That
Yeah,
just
that's right.
is an accident.
Wow. And man, what are the other questions? Even like 12 of these, 15 of these interviews. Okay, Stephanie.
Yeah.
That is the
How was
end.
that?
That
Okay.
is the.
Do you need me to
that-
do anything over?
No, you did great. There's no
Okay.
do-overs in this.
There's no plan B.
Yeah.